the last one is the test-based accountability system that is based on the idea that teachers and schools must be held increasingly accountable for students' learning. And then this data and this accountability is used to do all sorts of things, like punish teachers or schools for not being able to improve students' learning and many other things. All right. So the fair question, I think, is that what has been the impact of the global educational reform movement? You know, it's been on now for at least for the last 20 years, and we have evidence, so we can answer the question here: what is the impact here? And I'm relying on the evidence that most other people do, which is the OECD PISA. And here you can see what the 15-year-olds in different countries that have somehow experienced the infection of germ, how the students have been performing in 2000, 2003, and 2006, which is kind of indicating the policies, the success of education policies in 1990s. All right. So what you see there is that all these countries have declining performance, right? All of them. There's not a single one of these germ-infected education systems where the performance have been improving. And I can give you science and literacy data, it's exactly the same. Yeah? So what can we conclude? Let's look at Finland there, which I argue in my book is that Finland has remained rather immune to the germ and has done things in a very different way and lacks many of these symptoms of germ that you saw and you will see in the next image. Of course, this doesn't prove anything, but it's an interesting argument to be asked and used for people who still claim and argue that the germ is a good and best way to go forward. Trust-based professionalism has been one of the driving ideas for many, many years in Finland, meaning that we want to build trust within our system through enhancing professionalism of our teachers and leaders. And that's why we are requiring that everybody in Finland, if you want to teach in a school, you have to have minimum of academic master's degree from one of our universities. You cannot teach anywhere without that. Even kindergarten teachers, those who are working in daycare, in 0 to 6 or 7, they have to have university degree. Okay, so this is what the professionalism means, and we don't allow any alternative ways. We don't have Teach for Finland or any other programs that you could go around. The only way is to go to one of our universities and study 5 or 6 years, do exactly the same degree that the lawyer or doctor or anybody else would do, and then earn your merits through that way. Okay? So if you look at these, you will easily see that Finnish way is not only different, it's almost opposite to many of the things that are happening around the world. Okay? Look at this. This is the number of applicants and accepted to primary school teacher education programs in 8 universities in Finland that all provide an equally rigorous academic program. That is the only way to become a primary school teacher. We had about 7,500 applicants, and the intake is little less than 700. So 1 out of 10 of those who try to get in are finally accepted. So all of those who get through, they have to have a strong commitment and kind of a moral commitment to teach. We don't have anybody there in our teacher education programs who would say that this is not probably what I want to do, but I just came here because I couldn't decide, which is a very common thing in many other countries. All of those kids are there because they really want to be teachers, and they study hard, they graduate quickly, and most of them will go and work in a school. Okay, it's a very different system than in many other places on the planet that I call in my book a Finnish advantage. Yeah? And remember, if you want to be a good teacher, and this is exactly how I felt, that before you can have this kind of a confidence that I'm a good in what I'm doing, I need to practice it about 10,000 hours. And how long is this in teachers' work? It's about 8 years, about 10 years. Yeah.